Hey guys, the Piano Shin here. This is my first video venture into the world of comic book TV shows. I've been meaning to do this for over a year now but never had the chance, so let's dive straight into it. Today we'll be talking about Savitar, time remnants, and alternate timelines. Alright, first things first, what is a time remnant? In the Flash TV show, time remnants are short for timeline remnant. To put it simply, time remnants are copies of a person from an alternate timeline that no longer exist or do not exist in the main continuity. At the end of Season 2, when Barry was going against Zoom, he created a time remnant, let's call him Barry 2, who would sacrifice himself in order for our Barry to defeat Zoom. What happened here is Barry went into the future. Now the key point here is he went into one of many alternate futures. He may have went into a future in which Zoom was not defeated. This Barry, known as Barry 2, would come back to our Barry's timeline, and Barry 2 would then sacrifice himself in order for our Barry to defeat Zoom. Therefore, we see our Barry's timeline in which Zoom is defeated. Barry 2's timeline no longer exists. So Savitar, which Barry is he? In this week's episode, it was revealed that Savitar is actually a time remnant of Barry. Back on the episode where Barry travels to the future to meet future Barry with emo hair, let's call him Emo Barry, there was a quick but significant statement that Emo Barry said. He told our Barry that when Savitar and Barry battle, our Barry will create time remnants and Savitar will kill all of them mostly. The important word here is mostly. According to Time Remnant Barry, aka Savitar, one of the Time Remnants was left to survive, but our Barry and the rest of the team outcasted him. Due to him being outcasted, he got distraught and traveled through various points in time, eventually going back into the far past and using the Philosopher's Stone to become Savitar. Because Time Remnant Barry traveled back in time to become Savitar, he became known in legends as the first speedster, the same stories that Jay was telling Barry earlier in the season. At some point, our Barry traps Savitar in the Speed Force, and now Savitar is exacting his revenge by going back in time to kill Iris, which is also the action that leads the Time Remnant Barry so broken and outcasted that he eventually becomes Savitar. So which version of Barry is the Time Remnant Barry? Based on the story so far, it looks like this Time Remnant has to exist in a very similar timeline to our Barry. Our Barry picks a Time Remnant Barry out of a parallel timeline that is almost identical to our current timeline, which explains how Savitar is able to remember everything that occurred with the Team Flash. He experienced all of it. So how does our Barry defeat Savitar? If you look at this diagram here, this is where we are in the series. From this point on, there's going to be a multitude of timelines that can exist in parallel to the main timeline. Right at this point of Iris' death, this timeline occurs, and eventually this leads to the creation of Time Remnants, the survival of Time Remnant Barry, the outcast of Time Remnant Barry, and the creation of Savitar after he travels back in time. In order for Barry to defeat Savitar conceptually, he has to create a new timeline branch right before Iris' death so that she survives. Her survival will create a new timeline in which Barry may not create time remnants and be able to trap Savitar, therefore negating the existence of Time Remnant Barry and Savitar's creation. So, what are your theories on how Barry will defeat Savitar or save Iris? Leave your thoughts in the comments, and if you like this video, like and subscribe, and I'll know that I have an audience to continue these type of videos. Until next time, the Piano Shin signing off.